Continental drift. Hello viewers, in this video we will try to understand what is continental drift. Let's start.
This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events and incidents are the product.
Oops. Sorry viewers. What I mean to say is that this video is about the development of the continental drift hypothesis before 1958. Hypothesis means a proposed explanation made on the basis of limited evidence as a starting point for further investigation. In this video we will see researches involved, observations, thoughts, evidences and conclusion. Let's start with the researches involved. It is believed that continents might have drifted was first put forward by Abraham Ortelius in 1596. He is a cartographer and geographer, conventionally recognized as the creator of the first modern atlas in 1570. He is also believed to be the first person to imagine that the continents were joined together before drifting to their present positions.
Cartographer means a person who draws or produces maps. Geographer means an expert in the study of the physical features of the Earth and its atmosphere.
The concept was independently and more fully developed by Alfred Wegener in 1912. During his lifetime, he was primarily known for his achievements in meteorology and as a pioneer of polar research. But today he is most remembered as the originator of the theory of continental drift by hypothesizing in 1912 that the continents are slowly drifting around the Earth. Meteorology means the branch of science concerned with the processes and phenomena of the atmosphere, especially as a means of forecasting the weather. But his theory was rejected by some for lack of a mechanism, which was later supplied by Arthur Holmes. He was a British geologist who made two major contributions to the understanding of geology. He pioneered the use of radiometric dating of minerals and was the first earth scientist to grasp the mechanical and thermal implications of mantle convection, which led eventually to the acceptance of plate tectonics. We will take the help of Alfred Wegener's theory of continental drift. When we see a map, continents appears to be some puzzle pieces of a puzzle, especially the Atlantic coastal line of the South America and the Africa. Like many of us, it also appeared to him. But unlike many of us, he started finding the evidence. To prove his theory, he gave 4 evidences, as we have seen before. The first one is the apparent fit of the continents. Continental coastlines appear to fit closely together. For example, South America and Africa. Here red spot is the area of plates overlap, and light blue part is the continental shelf. Continental shelf is the area of the bottom of the sea near the coast of a continent, and the second one is fossil correlation. Wegener also found evidence for continental drift from fossils. The same type of plant and animal fossils are found on continents that are now widely separated. These organisms would not have been able to travel across the oceans, as you can see in the map. First, a freshwater reptile, Mesosaurus. Second, a fern plant, Glossopteris. Third, a Triassic land reptile, Cynoognathus. Fourth, a Triassic land reptile, Lystrosaurus. Mesosaurus fossils are found in South America and South Africa. Mesosaurus could swim but only in fresh water. Mesosaurus means middle lizard, where saurus means lizard. Fossils of the seed fern, Glossopteris, are found across all of the southern continents. These seeds are too heavy to be carried across the ocean by wind. Glossopteris, Greek for glossa, meaning tongue, because the leaves were tongue-shaped, and pteris, Greek for feathery.
Cynoognathus and Lystrosaurus were reptiles that lived on land. Both of these animals were unable to swim at all. Their fossils have been found across South America, Africa, India and Antarctica. Third one is rock and mountain correlation. Wegener found matching of rocks of the same type and age across different continents, as you can see on map. The familiar rock strata of the Karoo system of South Africa matched correctly with the Santa Catarina system in Brazil. He thought that the rocks formed side by side and then drifted apart and separated. Wegener also matched up mountain ranges across the Atlantic Ocean. The Appalachian Mountains of eastern North America were just like mountain ranges in eastern Greenland, Ireland, Great Britain, Scottish Highlands in Norway, and the Brazil and Ghana mountain ranges agreeing over the Atlantic Ocean. Also, the Cape Fold belt of South Africa aligned perfectly with mountain ranges in South America. Wegener concluded that they formed as a single mountain range. This mountain range broke apart as the continents split up.
Climatological evidence. Some of the most telling climatological evidence comes from the continents of South America, Africa, India, and Australia. All of these continents show evidence of past glaciation. These continents are presently not in cold climates, therefore must have been in a colder climate in the past, and the continents later moved to the positions they are presently in today. This evidence comes in the form of glacial striations. Glacial striations are scratches or gouges cut into bedrock by glacial abrasion. Abrasion occurs when rocks and stones become embedded in the base and sides of the glacier. These are then rubbed against the bedrock and rock faces as the glacier moves. This causes the wearing away of the landscape as the glacier behaves like sandpaper. It leaves behind smooth polished surfaces which may have scratches in them called glacial striations. Coal deposits. Coal is formed from the decay of tropical plants. Coal deposits are found in Antarctica. Suggests Antarctica was once a tropical climate that was closer to the equator. As you see in the map of Antarctica, here colors represent coal age. Coral reefs. Coral reefs are found only in warm water. Wegener discovered coral reef fossils in areas that are much too cold today. Coral is a hard stony substance secreted by certain marine coelenterates as an external skeleton, typically forming large reefs in warm seas. Marine coelenterates is an aquatic invertebrate animal of a phylum that includes jellyfishes, corals, and sea anemones. After collecting these four evidences, he came to an interesting conclusion. Now see the conclusions made by the Alfred Wegener. By doing many years of research, he concluded that, approximately 200 million years ago, a supercontinent called Pangaea started to break apart. Laurasia was formed in the north, and Gondwana land was formed in the south. Over the past 150 million years, these land masses split apart to form the continents we see today. He wrote a book about his theory and experiences. The main issue with Wegener's continental drift theory was that he did not have a mechanism behind the drifting of continents. He had a substantial amount of evidence that made sense nonetheless. Without a driving force behind it, the scientific community simply discredited his entire idea.